Amanda. When I told you on the beach at one point when you asked me if I was playing you or not, I told you honestly that I'm not faking it. I'm not faking my feelings for you or anything. Really, I'm having feelings that I've never really felt before and have never... I honestly feel like I started to fall in love with you. I don't know, you're just an amazing girl, and I really want everybody to know that. And I'm glad I didn't win Cook Island so that I could be here and have met you.
Thank you.
I hope to God that you win. You deserve it a million times more than Parvati. And love you.
Every season of Survivor is a story. There are main characters, sidekicks, comic reliefs, and villains. But today's story will be something I've only done once before, a story about two people who fall for each other while on Survivor. They are Ozzy Lusth and Amanda Kimmel, a bona fide island romance that extends beyond what we saw on the show, and while I will be intertwining their stories, I will be including some off-island footage as well to make a cohesive narrative about the relationship. So, are Ozzy and Amanda the next Rob and Amber? Let's find out.
39 days, 20 people, 1 survivor.
Ozzy Lusth, back to play again on Survivor's 16th season, Survivor Micronesia. His time on Cook Island saw him as the fan favorite who went full-on challenge beast in a way that is still unrivaled. He single-handedly won his tribe challenges over and over, along with winning 5 individual immunity challenge. It is too bad Terry Dietz is not back on this season as well, so we can see these two face off. Amanda Kimmel, back to play again on Survivor's 16th season, Survivor Micronesia. She is playing back-to-back seasons since China just finished filming less than 3 months before this season began filming. Can Amanda reach the end again, but learn from her final tribal mistakes from last time? Considering that China has not finished airing on TV before this season begins filming, maybe. Survivor Micronesia features a cast of half new players called fans and half favorites. Though I will say these fans are less fans and more like an eclectic group of individuals who some are fans and some I think were just cast for their looks. With that, we are also back in Palau for the first time since season 10, and right out the gate the show establishes that these favorites are powerhouses, with Penner saying that this will be the Boston Red Sox versus a bunch of scrubs, and that being followed up by...
I could almost be on the fan side because I'm a fan of all these people, so for me to see like Yao and Ozzy over here, it was like crazy.
Everybody wants to beat me now, and hopefully I can tap into that same kind of energy and will that I had last time.
Jeff then says, welcome you new players to a season we designed to destroy you. Now he doesn't say that exactly, but he might as well. We meet the cast, which includes Amy, Eliza, Suri, Penner, and Parvati, who you might recognize from Cook Islands, Yao-Man, James, and Amanda. When Ozzy shows up, everyone fangirls over him, but I did fail to mention one more person on the favorites cast.
The most infamous of all survivors, Johnny Fairplay, who already looks intoxicated.
I wanted to throw up when I saw Johnny Fairplay. He's a pig. He's a loser pig. I would just love one moment to kick him. One moment, just to kick him hard in the shin.
So, Fairplay, are you dressing like me?
You want to know what you're playing for?
I'm actually impressed. I like to know that you have aspirations to get out of your current place in life.
Wow.
Yeah, they brought him back too. The only player from the original 7 seasons. We then meet Eric Reichenbach, who says he thinks he can compete with Ozzy physically, just proving what Ozzy said earlier. Then Jeff says, surprise, there is an idol for each tribe across the water. Whoever finds the idol for each of their tribes will be safe for one tribal council. Go. Eric beats Ozzy across the water, but that doesn't really matter as Kathy finds the fans idol and Yao-Man beats Fairplay, quite literally, for the favorites idol. I am sure Tracy got a kick out of Fairplay hitting his head against the boat. They all then traveled to their new beach, which by the way, I am 99% positive this is the Oolong Beach from season 10, which is not a good sign of things to come if that tribe is any indication. However, after being on their new beach for maybe an hour...
Nice, Ozzy. This is so much more pleasant than day 1 of last time. I know, right?
We then see that there's a romance already happening, which means that these two were into each other well before they arrived here. That is Parvati and James. However, Eliza says she has also noticed Ozzy and Amanda starting to hit it off as well.
I'll be totally honest with you. If you saw my season, you can know that when I say that I'm going to stick to something and do it.
Yeah. You know what? It's so funny that you're here because you're like one of my favorite players. I don't know. I think that's really cool. And you're like the loyal one.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think that's so awesome.
We then see Penner, Yao-Man, Eliza, and Amy all form a 4-person alliance. Eliza says we have to go up against Parvati, James, Ozzy, and Amanda since they seem to be the other foursome here. Not that we have seen this confirmed at all, but it is true based on what we will see later in the season. And basically, Suri and Fairplay are the wild cards that people are trying to recruit to their side. Parvati and Ozzy then talk to Fairplay, with Parvati saying she wants Eliza out since Penner and Eliza want her out. Ozzy says he's personally wary of Eliza after seeing how villainous she played in Vanuatu. At the immunity challenge, the arrogance of the favorites has a face, and its name is Fairplay.
We're doing 3 courses for every meal. It's ridiculous. I'm getting fat. I've gained weight since I've been here.
Joel, you buying all this?
No. You guys are dumber than you look.
First, immunity challenge is won by the fans!
Yeah, the irony of Fairplay saying that followed by them losing and it not even being close, it says a lot. Back at camp, Penner is humbled by the loss, but so is Ozzy. But then, in a plot twist that comes completely out of left field, Fairplay says, actually, I want to be voted out so I can see my girlfriend who is 7 months pregnant. Now, his girlfriend being 7 months pregnant is not the plot twist that was established well earlier, but him wanting to leave already, that's new. Parvati's like, come on, stop screwing around, and Fairplay says, no, I'm serious. So at Tribal Council, Jeff is mad at Fairplay. What else is new? But Fairplay's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. So in a 9-1 vote, he's gone.
Johnny Fairplay, the tribe has spoken.
Get a hug?
The arrogance of the favorites in this premiere was something funny to see get knocked out of them so quickly, but for Ozzy, he seems to be a bit one-dimensional so far in the story. To be fair, it has only been a normal 40-minute episode with 20 people to show, but still, he is being presented as a threat who Eric wants to topple and everyone respects. That's about it. The target looms large on his back as the biggest threat, as he was 1 vote from winning in his previous season and was a challenge beast as well, who clearly still has it. And this feels like China. Who is Amanda? Just like last time, she is given almost no screen time, as she is the only favorite to get 0 confessionals in the premiere, whereas everyone else gets at least 2, including Fairplay, who gets 8. If we didn't already know her from a prior season, I would be far more worried about her storyline. But let's just see if this is deja vu. By the way, if you want to pick who I cover for story videos like this one, then consider supporting Once Upon an Island on Patreon. It only costs a few bucks a month and we are picking new story videos every month. You can cancel at any time, link in the description.
Can't believe you just caught that fish with your bare hands. I know, how awesome is that?
Yes, guys, we lost Fairplay, but we did gain a fish. Maybe that's a good omen.
Oh wow, I didn't even get a chance to speak and Ozzy's already caught a fish. We're like 2 seconds in episode 2. That's just amazing. This dude is an animal at survival. But then the next day we see a development in Ozzy and Amanda's friendship as they take the next step together.
I was awake quite a bit last night and I heard the sounds of jungle love, I guess. I think we'll be receiving birth announcements from Ando and her little oslets that she's about to have.
It's silly, you know. Go get a hotel room. I mean, you got to take 1 step back and say, there might be somebody awake. We are sleeping together in a cave, you know.
I'm starting to become really attracted to Amanda. She is so cute. I mean, she's beautiful. And it's like, oh, we just gotta stay apart as long as possible, because if it becomes obvious to the group, then I'm gonna have a giant target on my back.
If you're going to kiss, just do it somewhere where no one can see you. This is too obvious. And either way, this is moving kind of fast. It's day 4, I think. If Parvati and James have done the same thing, we have yet to see it happen. At the immunity challenge, Jeff reveals that it is true, Exile Island has returned this season and there is a regular immunity idol hidden there as well. They're not at the camp like they were in China. The favorites go on to win immunity. So we move on to episode 3 where Ozzy says his preferred order of elimination is Yao-Man, Penner, and then Suri. No love lost, by the way, between Penner and these Cook Islands players, but more importantly is how Ozzy wants the swing vote in Cirie gone as well. At the reward challenge, the favorites win in large part due to Penner. They're doing quite well. Amanda is being heavily overshadowed though by larger characters, but we do see Eric, a fan, completely upend her during the reward challenge, which is no small feat. Amanda is not some short, small girl. And back at camp,
Nice girl, we got tangled up and she's like, so, you have a girlfriend?
Oh. I watched the challenge back to see who that could have been, and maybe it's Natalie or Alexis, I'm not quite sure. However, that night we see Ozzy and Amanda cuddling up while it rains hard, but thankfully, their tribe has the tarp. Meanwhile, over on the fans' tribe, no tarp. They are struggling hard with this constant rain and just constantly being wet. But back at camp, a crucial strategic moment takes place as Amanda and Parvati try to woo Cirie to their side over Penner's.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I like flirting with Ozzy, so if that makes you uncomfortable, then I'll like stop. But
No, don't change.
No, because that's the way you keep him close, you know?
Right.
And he doesn't ask questions. James asked me no questions, though.
I want to vote Yao. Because if Yao gets the Exile Island one time,
Oh, yeah. Going up against Yao.
you'll never win.
Yeah.
So I have both of you guys' word that it's us three to the end.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't care if James proposes to you and you and Ozzy have little Ozlets.
Oh, you know how I am.
All right.
We shall see if they're just telling her that so she doesn't flip or if they actually mean it. But for now, the favorites lose immunity. And back at camp, Ozzy says, I want Eliza out because she is a bigger challenge threat than Yao. True, but if that is his one condition for who he wants out of this game, then why wouldn't he want out Penner instead? It doesn't really matter though, because Cirie holds the real power as the swing vote and she wants Yao Man out. Penner approaches Cirie and makes one last-ditch effort to stay in his alliance instead of joining Ozzy.
I'm going to use common sense. I have no hidden agenda. I have no interest in voting any of the four of you out. That's the God's honest truth.
I know that you and Yao have y'all little thing, and if you want to stand here and say that y'all don't,
But there's only the two of us.
Cirie,
Cirie,
hold on.
That's my thing.
I appreciate that.
Keep
hold
it
on,
real.
Hold on. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
I think that you and I have a little thing. Okay?
But you
I
and
think that
Yao-
Amy and I have a little thing. It's ridiculous. It's,
Call it what you want.
Okay,
and
I'm going to.
being like that is not really going to get my vote. Seriously.
Okay.
I've seen everybody. I may look like I'm laughing and joking and playing, but I'm watching everybody. And I know that what you have, I know there's no way you would vote him out before me. I know it ain't.
I'm trying, you want to keep it real? I'm trying to keep it real.
I have. This is why we're having this conversation.
Well, I am keeping it real.
Why is that smart? Because Penner's just digging a hole for his alliance and Ozzy is not in that alliance. Despite this, Ozzy still pitches for Eliza and heading into tribal council, they are not still unified. They could be splitting the votes here and that's what Penner's kind of banking on. But once again, Penner helps Ozzy out, because they're friends.
For me, Jeff, had I made the move that he wanted me to make, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
I thought you were in an alliance and you flopped and then you brought everybody over. You did.
Is this not the pot calling the kettle black? I'm not doing what you want me to do. I don't trust you as far as I can pick you up and throw you. Sorry. And
Maybe
if you're
that's
upset that they trust me, too bad.
I'm not upset. I'm upset that you are going to now be in the driver's seat.
Because I'm not voting the way you want me to vote.
So I'm hoping that people do vote the way they honestly believe this tribe is going to be the strongest.
Everybody here knows it was split.
Right.
Yeah, thanks, Penner. So everyone goes to vote, and the real question is, will they vote together or are they going to split the vote?
First vote. Parvati. 2 votes, Parvati. Cirie. Yao Man. Third person voted out of fans versus favorites. Yao Man. The tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
They unified and Cirie flipped, which was to be expected, I think, after those 2 arguments, but Eliza flipped as well, which is a surprise. Unexpected, but pleasant. The next day, James is like, I cannot believe we let Cirie dictate that last vote. Why does she have so much power? And Ozzy says, yeah, I wish Eliza went instead. Like, dude, Yao Man was not on your side, Ozzy. Eliza actually did flip and voted with you, and you still wanted her gone? The worst part is who is witnessing this conversation as it takes place.
I'm aggravated. I can't believe we done that stupid crap last night.
Me neither.
I'm still sitting right here.
Well, I know you're sitting right there. You're about to die.
I didn't know you were so sick.
It's not contagious.
It's not about being contagious, it's about being in a weaker state.
After they found out that I was sick right to my face, Ozzy and James said, oh, we should have voted you out last night. We wish we'd voted you out last night. So that made me feel like crap.
The arrogance that was kind of present in Cook Islands, I would say mostly in episode 2 when he did the whole flip on Billy, is coming up here again for Ozzy. So at the reward challenge, both tribes need to remove one coconut at a time from an underwater cage that they can use to solve a word scramble. While the rules state that only one coconut can be removed from the cage at a time, this doesn't stop Ozzy from channeling his inner Yule challenge hacking skills when he does this.
Ozzy's spending a lot of time underwater. Ozzy's starting to make his way forward now. Looks like he is moving several coconuts at once. Ozzy with the first coconut for the favorites. Penner swims out to the front of the cage where Ozzy has pushed a coconut forward. Poverty up with the fourth coconut for the favorites. Ozzy's strategy starting to pay off. Favorites with a big lead thanks to Ozzy's strategy. Triumphant. Favorites win reward! How about that now, Tim?
After they win, Ozzy and Kathy are sent to exile. Now for Kathy, this is trip number 3, and she's already over it. I would be too. 3 trips in a row, get me out of here. But for Ozzy, he thinks there is a chance that neither Saria or Amy before him found the idol. They're good players, but who really knows? So he goes to look for it, and...
Taking a lesson from Yao Man in Fiji. I'm just gonna try and fashion some sort of fake idol. This is Eeyore, the immunity idol. The fake immunity idol. God, I hope someone finds it and tries to play it.
Ozzy channels his inner Yao Man and makes a bad-looking fake idol. Maybe this appreciation for Yao is why he wanted to keep him over Eliza. Anyways, the favorites win immunity, and episode 5 starts off with Ozzy chopping a chicken's head off and laughing. I'm surprised they waited this long to eat the chickens, but on the other hand, Ozzy doesn't really want them dead since he thinks they will still provide a constant supply of eggs. Ozzy tells Amanda all about the idol, and she says, good, let's keep this in our clique. That's what she says, in our clique, which includes Ozzy, her, Parvati, and James, not Sari.
Ozzy told me he had the immunity idol, and he told me, James, and Parv.
Did you tell Sari?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. So it's in our little 4 clique, and I think it's gonna stay in our little 4 clique. So we're like the powerhouse right now.
But then it's time. Jeff says, everyone, drop your buffs. We are mixing it up. Amanda stays on the Molokal tribe with Ozzy, Sari, and Amy, but is now joined by Eric, Tracy, Joel, and Chet. Chet is notoriously terrible at challenges, and it is something that needs to be seen to be believed, as at their first reward challenge, just take a look at this, Chet can't keep up with Joel and is literally being dragged around. Thanks, Chet. So at the new Molokal camp, Ozzy says, yeah, Chet sucks. He was no help during the challenge at all. Since this is our first time meeting Chet and Joel, let me get you up to speed on their relationship. Chet is a goofball and Joel hates him. Good, we're all caught up.
Get my head. I don't care. I
know. Ozzy is amazing. The kid can swim like crazy. He's natural in the water. That's just how he was born. And there's nothing to it other than that. I mean, I can't compete with him. He's amazing. After we were out on the water, we had a little conversation on the beach between mainly Joel and Ozzy, and I kind of listened in. And it was kind of like 2 superpowers kind of discussing terms.
I think it is to a degree still fans versus favorites, but either the favorites have to swing a fan over to their side or the fans have to swing a favorite over to their side. Somebody's going to have to flip.
I want you to see this next event as it happens, and then I will explain something you may not have noticed.
When I went over to the net, I looked down and there's this huge white thing, and I'm like, oh my God.
That's like 40 pounds.
40 pounds?
Yeah, 35, 40 pounds.
It was huge. What am I gonna do? Like, I'm from Montana. We don't have sharks in Montana.
Oh my God.
I mean, damn, Amanda, she basically wrestled a 4-foot shark by herself. I mean, that's pretty attractive to a guy like me.
Okay, so Amanda happens to pull a shark that got caught in their net and it died. That's how she described the event, and I have no reason not to believe her. I don't think she went out there and like stabbed a shark. But for Ozzy. You notice how he recalled the event as Amanda wrestled a shark like Richard Hatch and brutally murdered it, and now he is hornier than ever. When you're into someone like Ozzy is, logic kind of goes out the window. But enough of these two for now. They lose immunity, and back at camp, Joel's like, just kidding, we can totally vote out Chet, just please don't vote me out. Which Ozzy then pitches to Suri, but
Chet goes. Then we'll have Joel. We'll still have the numbers. We'll be able to win a reward.
Do you think Joe is really that great is helping us win? He didn't help us win today. He didn't hit one tile. Big as he is, he should have hit something. Tracy's like this big and hit more tiles than he did. He didn't do nothing but screw us up in the puzzle.
Like, I mean, he's still like a mover and a shaker. Chet's nothing and a nothing.
But Joe was already playing the game. Chet ain't really into playing the game like that. There's so many pluses for getting rid of Joe, and Chet is just like a pawn. We can use Chet for whatever we need, whenever we need.
That's true.
Joel, you can't do that with.
That makes sense.
This is an incredibly important vote tonight. We are at a crossroads. We are at a point where we need to decide how we're going to approach the rest of the game. Chet, in challenges, he is a waste of space. On the other hand, Joel wants to win challenges, but Joel wants to win the game really bad. And Joel is dangerous. It's a hard decision.
At Tribal Council, Jeff goes to read the votes, and when he does, the smirk comes right off of Joel's face as he realizes Chet beat him, and Joel is gone 6-2.
Joel, tribe has spoken. Time for the go.
Episode 6 starts, and come on, Amanda and Ozzy, what happened to keeping this a secret? Not that they've been doing a good job so far, but now they're not even trying to hide it. This is just blatant. Later in the episode, we finally see someone go to exile for the first time since Ozzy and Kathy went. This time, it is Chet and Jason. So Chet channels his inner Kathy and doesn't care about looking for the idol, but Jason does. So
There we go, baby.
Well, I guess this is the hidden immunity idol. It's not much, but it's a carving of a piece of wood with a little guy on it. This means Ozzy doesn't have it. I have it, so this is really good for me.
And back at camp, Amanda complains that the fans, namely Chet, are holding them back. But then Ozzy complains that Tracy is a builder and she wasn't even good at the building challenge. Cerise says, if there was an operating room challenge and she failed that, she wouldn't be able to go back to her job because for her, steady hands are very important. So a steady hands challenge, that's Cerise's thing. Keep what Cerise said in mind for later. At the immunity challenge, we learned that Penner was pulled from the game due to an infection in his knee, but more importantly is that Jason unintentionally tells Jeff the truth when he says out loud that he thinks Ozzy has the idol since Jason says, I didn't find it. However, Jason is right. He didn't find it, but he doesn't even know he's right. But the seed has been planted with everyone that Ozzy does indeed possess the idol. Irai goes on to hack the challenge and beats Malakal. So back at camp, Chet is not only worthless at challenges, but now his heel is bad and he's like, please just vote me out. Channeling his inner fair play. Ozzy says, great, that was kind of already the plan. At Tribal Council, Jeff then asks Ozzy a question, and
I'm not the one going home tonight. I mean, everybody knows he's going home, so it's not really of any concern. Let's be honest with each other right now. Chet's going home tonight. And if somehow everyone is not voting that way, then I have no business being here.
You wouldn't be the first to be blindsided.
That's true. That's very true.
I think Ozzy this season is more comfortable than last time. He was constantly on the bottom in Cook Islands, which made him a fun underdog to root for. A little arrogance here and there with being underdog, that's okay. But here, he's the top dog and it just doesn't come across the same. So everyone goes to vote and Chet is gone 5-2.
Chet, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Episode 7 starts and Ozzy is mad at Tracy for wanting to kill more chickens since they can make eggs. Tracy says Ozzy is acting like the kingpin around here.
And like you're not going to kill them as soon as some more people get off so you can have more meat for yourself?
No. No. Not going to happen.
Ozzy is in control of this tribe. He's like the kingpin. He tells you what you can and can't do. He tells you when you're going to eat. He cooks the food and then we have to wait till Ozzy says eat it. It's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. Ozzy is going to win this thing if we don't get him out of this game.
Well, let's just kill him right now. All
right.
3 of them. Oh, the chicken issue. Come on, girls.
I agree, Ozzy's far more openly arrogant than he was last time. However, Eric then basically professes his love for Ozzy and sees him as some sort of superhero. Suri even compares their relationship to Mufasa and Simba from The Lion King. We then see Ozzy teaching Eric how to do the things he does, like getting coconuts out of trees. But then we have a scene where Ozzy wants to row out super far in the boat, and
We're not that far from shore, right? We're not. Look, right there.
I can see Yeah, you.
Nothing's gonna happen. Don't worry. Just trust me for a little bit.
Ozzy is about numero uno, and that's Oscar.
3. Oh, babe, you're unhappy.
So you'll have this little reef adventure at my expense today, but it won't happen again.
the whiplash from criticism to praise right back to criticism is hurting my neck. Basically, if you aren't good at challenges and can't provide around the camp to a level that Ozzy deems acceptable, he doesn't like you. But if you can, then he's all in on keeping you around. The storytelling really focuses on Suri though with both of these moments, the Eric moment and the Reef moment, and I think that really says a lot. But let's jump forward to the reward challenge where
it is trial and error.
That's it, Ozzy.
Molotov wins reward!
I think that's a shower right there. Yeah.
You want to go shower?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Hey, come on.
My goodness. Ooh-wee. I don't know, I just looked over and there's like a couple pair of boobs in Ozzy's head, smack dab in the middle. I'm like, okay. The only thing funnier was Eric drooling from the side.
I was just thinking to myself how little they have needed to blur Amanda this season versus China. In China, her butt was constantly blurred. Here, she must be wearing clothes that the network likes because she's barely been blurred, but Amanda's making up for it in this scene. Back at camp, Suri is whining and moaning about how arrogant Ozzy is, and Amanda's like, yeah, I guess I see that. At the immunity challenge, they find out that Kathy quit. Yeah, probably because she was sent to exile 3 times and is kind of crazy. But then during the challenge,
go! Go, baby, go! I lost a lot of time right off the bat. Ozzy at the second bundle of puzzle pieces. Ozzy with a big lead. Gotta go.
Almost there.
Ozzy having no trouble on this bridge.
There you go.
Ozzy like he's on a boogie board.
Come on, Ozzy!
Ozzy heads out for that 5th and final puzzle piece for Molotov. Molotov pulling him back. Ozzy really working it like it's a board. Molotov already working on that puzzle with a big lead. Immunity on the line.
You guys are doing great.
Is it right? All right. Wins immunity.
Ozzy got them a massive lead and they just blew it. Thanks. At least he is still a challenge beast, and come the merge has a shot to add on to his 5 individual wins. Back at camp, Ozzy is of course pitching to keep Eric over Tracy, and at Tribal Council, Tracy says Ozzy is dictating how this tribe is run, with Suri and even Eric agreeing. Wow, Ozzy had no idea people felt this way about him. Everyone goes to vote, and Ozzy, the dictator, gets his way as Tracy is gone 5-1.
Tracy, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Episode 8 starts off with Ozzy saying, I don't see myself as some sort of tribe leader.
Tracy described me as the leader. I really don't think that I'm the leader. I just think that I've got a lot of good opinions and a lot of know-how when it comes to surviving out here, and people respect that.
Ozzy, you literally explain what being a leader is, except good leaders listen to others and do what the group wants. For Ozzy, it's his way or the highway. Amy then talks to him and says, hey, I am so dedicated to you. And Ozzy is very suspicious about this though, because despite her being loyal to a fault in Vanuatu, here in this season, she has been sneaking behind his back and trying to work with the fans. From Amy's perspective though, it makes sense what she's doing, but from Ozzy's perspective, yeah, she's not trustworthy. Ozzy is then sent to exile with Alexis, and in a twist, they both get immunity, but they can't help their tribes with the immunity challenge. So basically, the other tribe just gave Ozzy individual immunity by default for being a threat. So on exile,
Haha, someone's taking the bait. Yes, 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 yes. Someone has taken my fake hidden immunity idol. I don't know who, but it's gone. It's not here. Who's it gonna be?
Who is gonna be tricked by Ozzy?
With Ozzy gone, Eric and Amanda take the lead on the challenge, and...
All right, you guys ready to get to today's challenge?
How about what we're playing for?
How about first you give me immunity back? How about that? For Molokol, running the course, Eric and Amanda. Survivors ready. Go! Eliza falls. Amanda falls off for Molokol. Amanda hanging on. James aiming for Amanda, just misses. Amanda slow going, but no trouble for Jason. Eric leaps across the stepping stones. Eric and Jason both across the first part of this course. Eric hanging on, almost falls off, but doesn't. Nice save. Eric once again leaps across the stepping stones.
Go.
Eric back with the second flag from Molokol. We're tied 2-2. Amanda's across. We're tied 3-3. Eric leaps again. Irai leads 4-3. Eric across. We're tied 4-4. Eric going back out and takes a hard hit. He's out. Jason with that fifth and final flag for Irai. Pizza and beer! Irai wins immunity.
Clearly, Amanda was not cut out for this, and she held them back, as Eric had to play his heart out, and she kept losing them precious time. But Eric is the last fan left, and he's the next to go. However, Eric says, I bet you all didn't know this tidbit of information about Amy.
Because she's been trying to get something together with the Irai since probably Joel left. She's told me about different alliances that you guys have had. She said that she was part of the Owlman's alliance, and she said she had nowhere to go, and that's why she came to me and Chet and Tracy.
Then we merged and go right back to Irai.
It's either me or Amy on their side.
Wow. Are you telling him everything since day one?
Trying to.
Now, I want to let you know, Eric is being truthful, something that he does quite often, and yeah, behind their backs, Amy has been scheming to flip on the favorites, and it would have been successful had Chet not essentially quit the night he got voted off. Amanda is still skeptical about this, as when she talks to Ozzy, who is all in on keeping Eric, she says this is kind of a devil you know, devil you don't situation, and she doesn't know which devil she wants to keep. But if the decision wasn't made clear at Tribal Council when confronted about what Eric said, Amy lays on the waterworks in a manner that makes it clear that, yeah, Eric has been telling the truth, and she hopes the sympathy of her crying will save her. It doesn't, as she is voted off 4-1.
Amy, the tribe has spoken.
Episode 9 sees Ozzy saying if Amy was honest about her scheming, he would have kept her. Now, I doubt this personally, but I have no proof, so we'll just have to trust him on this one. But then, it finally happens.
Make your way to the location designated on the map immediately.
We're merging.
Yeah, I think we're merging.
Make your way to the location designated on the map immediately. Today is cause for celebration. You are merged.
Merge time! Right away, Amanda hugs Parvati. But bigger news than anything else is something clearly happened on Exile when Ozzy went with Alexis, because that first night they're merged, guess who he's cuddling with? Not Amanda.
I'm ready to go beyond fans versus favorites. That, yeah, I mean, I like you a lot.
You know, I had a great time with Ozzy out on Exile, and I am a fan, you know, so I was just kind of excited to come out here and get to know him, and I felt like it was very genuine from both sides.
I think that you really do deserve to be here, and I would rather have you here than somebody else. You smell good. Yeah, right.
I know Alexis likes Ozzy, but me and Ozzy have been doing this together for 22 days now, and she just comes in and makes herself all comfortable, and yeah, it bothers me a little bit. I want her gone.
Wow.
Alexis is attractive, but if you already have Amanda head over heels for you, like, what are you doing? Also notice how Alexis mentioned that at Exile more happened than what we saw. Yeah, I would like to see those scenes, please. Eric then talks to Ozzy and says, hey, no matter what, I am 100% on your side. Eric really wants to ride Ozzy's coattails to the end. We then learn that Eliza and Parvati are still beefing and gunning for each other, but more importantly is that Parvati has made an alliance with Alexis and Natalie, which is separate from her alliance with Amanda and Suri, and of course her alliance with Ozzy, James, and Amanda. She tells Amanda about this and tries to spin it as something positive since Amanda is part of it.
So I talked to Natalie. And I'm like, would you guys like feel good about being the four over here? No, me and Amanda are really tight and it's pretty much unbreakable and they understand. And so I'm like, I'm sure we can talk Amanda into taking us all the way. And I've put us in an alliance without you being there. I mean, this is just like with the four girls. So, but at least the games revolving around us.
Parvati pretty much screwed me over because I don't want to be in an alliance with Natalie and Alexis. I don't want to go up against Alexis at the end. She's a motivational speaker, for crying out loud. I mean, I giggled about it to her, but it's not funny.
Everyone's on the same page about Liza.
I'm livid. And it leaves me with a lot of questions about Parvati.
Which Amanda has as well. But I guess it's whatever when Amanda does it. Amanda then talks to Suri about how badly she wants Alexis gone, and Suri says Amanda is so jealous, and I don't think that Amanda even knows that she is jealous. Anyways, Ozzy says after some investigating, he suspects that Jason has the fake idol, and he can't wait to see it played. I agree, so why wait? Let's see what happens.
I told you about the hidden immunity idol. If I win, I'd give it to you. I definitely say Ozzy.
If I can win the individual immunity challenge with the hidden immunity idol, I'll give it to you. Who would have guessed? I made an alliance with the right person who was sent to exile one too many times.
Ozzy comes up, it's over. Jason wins first, individual immunity. Individual immunity, safe at Tribal Council tonight.
Eliza's getting voted out. Eliza has been my biggest rival, I think, since the beginning of this game.
It's in my bag.
Back behind your finger.
This isn't it. This isn't it. This is so stupid. This is just a napkin. What are you trying to pull? I'm going home anyhow. Why? It's not the idol.
It is the idol.
It's not the idol.
Yes, it is.
Ozzy must have put it in there. He must have the real thing. That's not the idol.
What is it?
It's a stick.
I know. It has a face on it. Don't worry.
Ozzy put it on there, made a face on it.
No, he didn't.
It's not the idol.
Why do you say that?
Because that can't be the idol.
Why not?
Because it's just a stick.
I know.
I hope something miraculous happens with this stick and you voted out, not me.
Tonight my vote is for Ozzy. Hopefully what I gave Eliza is the real hidden immunity idol. I can't wait to see the look on your face if it is you.
If anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played, then any votes cast against that person do not count. This is not a hidden immunity idol.
That means Ozzy has it. Jason found it on Exile.
Yeah, come on, that took hours to make.
Yep, Jason wants Ozzy out, wins immunity, gives Eliza his idol. She realizes right away, obviously this is a fake, plays it, and Ozzy laughs. Sounds about right, and the show did an excellent job of setting this up and paying it off. Beautiful, just beautiful. So, in an 8-2 vote, Eliza's gone.
Eliza, the tribe has spoken.
Episode 10 sees people worried about Ozzy and his idol. He is the only real one in the game, and now everyone's basically confirmed that, yeah, he has it. It's not just Jason saying it. They all know it. Plus, Ozzy is a challenge beast, so his threat level is super high. And in fact, Suri says it was a shame that Eliza's idol was fake because Ozzy being gone wouldn't be so bad for her game. Jason then piles on and says continuing to beat Ozzy at challenges is the best thing for himself. Ozzy's team then wins reward, and on said reward, the local women are, well, you can see. And Eric is drooling, not just because of the locals, but because he has been drinking beer and eating, I believe it's betel nuts. I'm working on the phrasing of this, but it's like tobacco. It's a local tobacco treat, and it causes him to blow chunks. Ozzy says Eric being naive is so lovable. Back at camp, Ozzy goes into depth about the feast they have, and Parvati says, yeah.
He's such a low brat. He's like, everyone else is downplaying how good the food is, and he's like,
did you hear
and it was
what
so
how
delicious.
sarcastic I was?
Please tell me every mouth-watering detail about where you were.
I worry about Parvati. She's put herself into alliance with Natalie and Alexis, and I don't know these girls, I don't trust them. And Ozzy has to be careful because he is such a threat, and they know he has the idol.
The sentiment to get Ozzy out is rising, and he is doing nothing to change that. At the immunity challenge, all they have to do is keep one arm above their head so the bucket of water does not hit their head. Sure, Ozzy lost the last immunity after a valiant effort. I mean, if Jason wasn't so good, Ozzy would have won, but this time I bet he really wants to win. So
3 chocolate glazed donuts. I'll take it. Ozzy opts out of the challenge for 3 chocolate donuts.
For 3 donuts, I mean, come on. However, it all comes down to Jason and Parvati. Now, Ozzy wants Jason out, so him, along with others, promise Jason that if you drop, I won't vote you out. And somehow Jason believes this. Back at camp, James talks to Amanda and says he is worried about Parvati's alliance with Alexis and Natalie. And Amanda, she agrees. Ozzy says, what an idiot Jason is for believing me. But then Suri talks to Parvati, Alexis, and Natalie, and
I think this will be a prime opportunity. I'm gonna get rid of Ozzy. Yeah, don't tell Amanda no matter what you do.
Ozzy may need to play his idol tonight. Parvati then tells us that she is unsure if she can flip on Ozzy, Amanda, and James since they have all been tight since day one, so that's probably not going to happen. At Tribal Council, everyone goes to vote, and
If anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay. First vote, Jason. Jason, 2 votes Jason. Jason, 3 votes Jason. Jason, that's 4 votes Jason. Ozzy. Ozzy. Ozzy, that's 4 votes Jason, 3 votes Ozzy. Ozzy, we're tied. 10th person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites and the 2nd member of our jury, Ozzy. Ozzy, tribe has spoken.
Ozzy was blindsided, and now it is time to incorporate some footage that is not part of the show proper, but it is from Ponderosa, the place players go to after being voted out, and it is where they live in between tribal councils, waiting for final tribal. When Ozzy goes there, we get the lowdown on why he didn't play his idol.
There was a definitive moment where I stood right in front of the hiding place and I was like, I should really probably grab this right now. But, well, you know, all my people are cool. There's no point. I'm not gonna play it. And I just chose not to listen to my gut. My gut was telling me there's a reason why I stopped and was like, should I grab it? Totally tricked.
I can't believe I didn't bring the idol. This is an idiot. Such an idiot.
Would you have played it if you brought it?
Yeah.
You would have played it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I f***ing hate myself. Yippee, yippee. That's a sea snake.
It's a sea snake. Touch it.
So
it's fine. It's fine. Pick it up. Put the spot where it's
This is like one of the most poisonous snakes in the world. This is a sea snake. If he bites me, I am dead.
Are those the same sea snakes we saw in Survivor Fiji? Anyways, let's go back to Amanda's story for now, and we will see how she does in a post-Ozzy world. Episode 11 sees Amanda so mad at Suri and Parvati for what she says is making her look like a fool. This is a bit of deja vu from China. When Amanda isn't top dog and she doesn't get her way, she gets upset because she is worried about the perception of her. That's her #1 concern. To be fair though, who actually wants to be blindsided at Tribal? I don't. Amanda says Parvati is running the show and I can't trust her.
I don't want Parvati to know that I'm mad at her because Parvati is pretty much running the show at this point. She has Natalie and Alexis wrapped around her finger, and Suri didn't even tell me that she was voting for Ozzy. So she's got little Suri wrapped around her finger. So like us 3 the end?
I'd say yeah.
You know, I'd like to believe them, but obviously they have other plans right now that I'm not aware of, and it'd be stupid of me to buy what they're telling me right now. This is where the game gets interesting.
But now it is time for the Survivor auction, and Amanda does not mess around, as when Jeff puts up peanut butter and jelly, she throws down $280 for that. But then Natalie wins a reward during the auction, and now keep in mind, Jason is the women's next target, because the women have now decided after Ozzy to run this game. So it's baffling when she sends him to exile, knowing full and well a new hidden immunity idol is planted there. And we know Jason can find idols. I know he found a fake one last time, but he found it pretty quick. So he went through all the clues fairly fast. Like, come on, Natalie. But she kind of makes up for it when she wins a cake that she gets to share, and Eric is so desperate that he pays Suri $40 to lick her fingers. James says something is wrong with that boy, and I agree. Back at camp, the women are like, how the heck do we keep Jason from winning immunity and also not play his idol when he inevitably finds one? Amanda says,
If Jason doesn't win tomorrow, cool. Yeah, as planned.
Right, but just in case he has an idol, we still have to split the vote.
He just can't win. He just can't. Even if we can convince him that someone else needs to win this challenge besides him, let's do it. Like, whatever we need to do.
Nat can say it. I know he'll believe Nat.
We want to blindside him with not using his immunity and allowing one of us to win. Therefore, he doesn't win and he's out. At this point, Jason would be an idiot not to believe anything I say.
He thinks that I'm warming up to him, which I'm absolutely not.
If this goes, I mean, this will just be brilliant because not only will it have happened once with Ozzy, it'll happen twice, back to back. Girls against the guys.
Devious. Very devious. At the immunity challenge, Natalie whispers to Jason to not win. And guess what? He buys it. He thinks James is their target and he doesn't even need to win. He's safe. So Eric wins immunity. And back at camp, just to make sure Jason actually has the idol they assume he has, and they aren't worrying over nothing, Suri tells Natalie to search his bag, and sure enough, he found the idol, and Amanda's right there to witness all of this. But also, James witnesses this and realizes, oh crap, these women are running the show, and it might be too late. He figured this after the Ozzy blindside, but seeing them work together against Jason right in front of him, yeah, he knows. Amanda tells him, yeah, it's true. You're probably gonna be voted off soon. At Tribal Council, Jeff asks Eric, do you want to give up immunity by chance? And Eric's like, no way, I'm not crazy. I know what's going on around here. And everyone goes to vote. And
if anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, first vote, James. James, 2 votes, James. Jason. Jason, that's 2 votes, Jason. James, that's 3 votes, James. Jason, that's 3 votes, Jason. 11th person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites, and the 3rd member of our jury, Jason. Jason, the tribe has spoken.
with Jason voted off and on Ponderosa, we get to see a bit more of Ozzy acclimating to living without Amanda, where he now knows that Parvati was the one who backstabbed him and Amanda did not. But with that, we see him show us his love for coconut trees.
Pretty much through my maybe 60 some days that I've spent on Survivor, I've really discovered a profound love for the coconut and the coconut tree in general.
Oh my God. Ozzy! Get down from there! Oh my God, you're gonna hurt yourself!
Ooh, yeah. The art of opening the coconut, you open it from the bottom. Whoa, that's why. It's a squirter.
And with that, let's cut back to Amanda's story. Episode 12 has us discovering that not only has James cut his finger open, but medical is concerned that it could be infected, but they're going to evaluate the next day. Amanda gets quite emotional just at the thought of James having to leave. And on top of that, Alexis bangs her knee in the middle of the night and is now limping around. I recall one injury in the entire season of Palau, so to see this many this time around is strange to me. But it's time for some love as the family members come to visit, and for Amanda, we see her with her sister again, back-to-back seasons.
You smell better. I did? Last time. Really? Yeah. Wow.
Hey, I think at this point, Amanda's sister, she might as well apply for the show. She's been on more times than most other people. Alexis ends up winning the reward challenge and Amanda volunteers to go to exile, so Alexis grants her that wish. This is of course a strategic move to block someone like Eric or James from finding the idol, and we then see her search for it, and
I just arrived at Exile, and now that I'm here, my only priority while I'm here is getting the idol. Hidden immunity idol is buried. Oh my God. back at your tribe camp underneath your tribe flag.
It's back at camp. How much time will Amanda have to look for it before tribal? Not that she needs it now or anything, but you know, still want some time to look. Upon seeing everyone arrive at the immunity challenge, Amanda finds out, shocker of all shockers, James has been pulled from the game. That is now 3 people who have been pulled early. And if you add on Chet's foot injury and Alexis's knee injury, this season has been a mess for the cast. But in bigger news, Eric is the last remaining man, so they need him to lose immunity, and instead, he wins. Great. Time for the women to vote each other off. What other options do they have? Eric isn't giving up that necklace, obviously. Back at camp, Amanda dumps out her bag to prove she doesn't have the idol.
How many clues? Because I don't have it. I could not find the third clue for the life of me. I couldn't find it. It was submerged under the water and the current was so strong, I couldn't find it.
So the clue was in the water and you could have
underwater? Yeah, it was underwater.
That's frustrating. I'm sorry, girl.
It's alright. Well, I wanted to find it, you know.
Thankfully, people believe her because I don't find her convincing here at all. This is some bad acting, but I think Parvati helps sell it when she just accepts it. She does end up telling Parvati the truth about where it really is, and Parvati says, great, definitely look for it. Alexis is gone tonight anyways, so we're good. Amanda then talks to Eric about voting out Alexis, and he says, no, I don't think I will.
I'm kind of the one who helped keep you in this game. You know? And like when you needed my help, I helped you out.
I feel like you could beat me in a challenge coming up. I honestly
But I helped you out, and I knew that you were a threat. That's what bothers me, Eric. If you're gonna vote for me, then just tell me.
I feel like, yeah, I'm going to.
Wow, I am not sure if the final 6 is comparable to before the merge. You know, it's way more important at this point in the game to do what you need to do versus earlier on. And also, it was the right move to vote out Amy because she really was trying to flip. And especially when you consider Amanda's part of this team to eliminate all the men and Eric's the only man. Yeah, Eric, do what you need to do. But Amanda gets way upset with Eric for being honest with her. Unreasonably upset, especially when contrasted with this conversation she has with Suri right after.
I want Alexis to go, but Eric is not.
Do you want to make it even?
If I make it even, Amanda, then we're gonna have to vote again. If nobody changes their vote, then all of us pick a rock, and whoever gets the colored rock goes home.
But you're telling me the truth, they're gonna vote for me, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right.
And it's
Thanks
Eric.
for being honest.
So, what's the difference? They're both being honest with you and they're both doing the same thing. Amanda is just upset, in my opinion, that she can't manipulate Eric like she thought she could, whereas with Suri, she knows she can't manipulate because she views Suri as an equal and Eric as an idiot. Anyways, she goes digging for the idol, and in classic Survivor fashion, because she doesn't find anything, we just cut to tribal. But she still goes on the attack against Eric in a very unfair way for him.
When he needs someone, he comes across trustworthy. But then when you need Eric for something, he finds greener grasses somewhere else. That's pretty much how it is.
Amanda directly, I think, is blaming me for the fact that I have to make a decision between who's staying, who's going.
But you have to understand, like, I helped you stay here through the merge, and then I was asking for your help this time, and you clearly denied me of that. And yeah, I'm mad about it. I'm pretty pissed off right now.
Poor guy. I mean, I know this is Amanda's video, but this is just like, what did he do to deserve this? So everyone goes to vote, and
If anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
About that, Jeff.
I got it.
This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Amanda do not count. First vote, Amanda, does not count. Amanda, does not count. Amanda, does not count. Amanda, does not count. Alexis, 12th person voted out a survivor and the 5th member of our jury. Alexis. Alexis, the tribe has spoken.
wow, the show played us hard, and I'm being serious with you. Any episode or season prior to this one, if somebody hasn't actually found it before the episode, then we don't see it. But if they find it, we see it. So the show really tricked us. Quite fun though. I wish there was some sort of flashback to when she found the idol, but we never get that. Okay, so now that Alexis is voted off, I'm wondering, will her and Ozzy rekindle any of their one night romance, or is he actually all in on Amanda now?
Like, the only thing I'm stoked on, up until this point, I didn't lie. The whole
You didn't
time.
lie?
Mm-mm.
I think Alexis is a little bit delusional at how she played this game and how she's
been seen by other people. You know, she thinks that she didn't tell a lie this whole time.
Lying and like being like a bad person is like, they're not like mutually exclusive.
Totally. But that was just a personal goal.
You just got to get off your little moral high horse. You lied, and you know, you need to admit that to yourself, because we all know you did.
Yeah. I will say these two are probably not into each other anymore, though I wonder when Alexis found out about Ozzy and Amanda, because I really feel like that night when they were cuddling, she had no idea. Anyways, let's get back to Amanda's story, and we won't see Ozzy again until Amanda is done playing. We start episode 13 with Amanda saying she feels good about Suri, especially since Suri was honest with her. Oh, what does that make Eric? Chopped liver? Well, I guess kind of. Because then she has this conversation with him.
I'm looking to whatever this reward is.
If you take me, I'll take you. I'm not going out of this game without a fight, and I think it's better that we team up, being the most physical player in the team and the most strategic, and battle against the odds rather than
play into whatever they're doing.
Possibly lose a challenge and be out.
Because that's how I do feel. I feel very stressed.
You think?
Yeah.
Me too.
It's true. What are your thoughts on Exile today? Natalie was pushing for me to possibly go. Like, she wanted me to go.
Of course she wants
and
you to
I don't want to go at all.
She wants you to be weaker for the next challenge. Why not send Parvati? Parvati's so weak right now, she won't even want to look for it. She'll just sit there on the island.
Okay.
You're good at thinking, Eric. Like, you're almost there sometimes.
Almost there. I mean, it's not all hair up on my head.
Eric has the perfect personality type for this kind of behavior from Amanda to work. Good on her, though. At the reward challenge, we learn who is a super fan of the show and who might be just a casual. The answer: Eric and Suri are fans, the rest are recruits. Amanda misses a bunch of easy questions, and the only one she gets right is about Richard and the shark attack from All Stars. Yeah, Eric wins reward, and
for the challenge, I gave Amanda my word that I would take her.
Oh, thank you for keeping your word. Totally redeemed.
she has this boy wrapped around her finger. While on the reward, Eric says he feels overwhelmed having this much power in the game. He isn't used to it, and Amanda's like, well, get used to it because you do have it. Back at camp, Eric then has a secret conversation with Suri that is actually not so secret because Natalie walks up on it and listens to the whole thing. And during that conversation, Eric says, I don't know, maybe I should go to the final three with you, Suri, and Parvati. Natalie and Suri tell Amanda about this, and she says, how dumb can this guy be? He knows those women are going to talk and he's an idiot. So Amanda talks to him and says, pick a side. And Eric says, I don't know what to do. So at the immunity challenge,
Eric crossed his first two ropes. He's digging for those puzzle pieces. Eric has his first bag, heading back to solve his first puzzle. Eric has solved his first puzzle, heading back out with another set of coordinates. Come on, baby. Eric has his second bag of puzzle pieces.
Whitefish, bird, seagull. Turtle, whitefish, bird, seagull. Turtle, whitefish, bird, seagull.
Eric with a big lead now. Amanda, Suri, still digging. Eric lines up his ropes, digging for that third and final bag of puzzle pieces. Eric has his third and final bag of puzzle pieces. Eric thinks he has it. Guaranteed final four. Eric wins immunity once again. And with this around your neck, you are safe at tonight's Tribal Council. Eric is guaranteed a spot in the final four.
Well, that definitely answers his question about what to do. 3 immunity wins in a row. Just win out, Eric. Just win out. We then get a plan so devious, this is bigger than what they schemed earlier against Jason.
I wonder if he would give Nat his necklace. Probably not, huh?
You can convince him to give it to you.
Why would it benefit him giving me the necklace?
They will convince. I'll convince the jury not to. They'll know everything you've done. They're not going to vote for you anyways. Everyone is mad at you at this point. This is one way you can redeem yourself. Just go off.
Who would fall for that?
Like, I feel stupid listening to you guys right now. I'm like,
Ozzy, Jason, and Eric.
I gotta say, that's a long shot for Natalie, but if she can pull it off, then at least she can avoid being voted off next. Suri then talks to Amanda and says, for this plan to work, I need you and Parvati to act like one of you are being voted off tonight. So at Tribal Council, just lay into Eric. Just go hard. Amanda's like, yeah, that's what I already do. That's my thing. So at Tribal Council, Amanda does just that.
Heard about Eric running around and making alliances with every single person and then breaking their alliances and then switching back up and switching back over.
when he didn't even need to do that. He'd won immunity for the past 3 times in a row.
It was stupid. It was just a mistake. And I feel like I need to come to this tribal tonight and ask for some kind of forgiveness, some kind of I'm sorry.
The thing is, Eric, your word means nothing to anybody anymore at all. You say you're sorry and like take me on a reward, and that's a great and all, but you only took me to get my vote on the jury. And not only that, everything that you were telling me on the reward, you've told her, you've told her, you've told her.
Well, that's what I'm coming forward about right now. That's what I'm trying to say right now.
But it's too late, don't you see?
I'm sorry. I am sorry. I just want to tell you that.
Eric sitting there nodding to the jury that she is correct is what baffles me the most about this. As I said earlier, he has the perfect personality type for them to abuse and gaslight him, especially Amanda. So, when they all go to vote...
Eric, you have the individual immunity necklace. As always, you can give it up to somebody if you choose to.
And I know that actions do speak louder than words. I want to give individual immunity to Natalie.
I don't even know what to say, but thank you.
My mother always told me, you may not be able to beat him with these all the time, but you can always beat him with this. Sorry.
You know, you're crazy.
You officially go down as the dumbest survivor ever in the history of Survivor ever.
First vote, Eric. Parvati. Eric. 2 votes, Eric. 13th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury. Eric.
You guys drive me crazy.
Eric, the tribe has spoken.
Let's stir the pot, ladies. Everyone has fallen into our trap. Everyone.
Well, the women got their way, didn't they? Now, it seems super obvious what to do. They're gonna vote off Natalie and Amanda's in the final 3 again, but I think this calls for a question about the bigger picture here. Why would she want to sit next to Suri, who can expertly manipulate others, or Parvati, who has played a great game? Now, we know it's a final 3, so she has to pick one of them, but I'm just saying, Natalie seems like the perfect person to bring to the end. She's not well liked. She's not great at explaining things. Of course, we have the show to benefit and show us that she was a non-factor through like 10 episodes of the season. Why not vote off Suri and hedge your bets against Natalie and Parvati? That's all I'm saying. Heck, I think Amanda could have crushed Eric and Natalie. We just saw Eric just completely collapse at Tribal, but it's far too late to reverse that mess. But we shall see, as it is now time for the Final 4 immunity, which was clearly planned for 5 people based on this aerial shot. And who can win this and secure their spot in the finals? Let's find out.
Survivors ready. Go. Pull up that bucket full of water and then pour it down that bamboo chute. Natalie has her keys, she's in the water. Natalie and Parvati with a big lead at this point. Natalie continues to extend her lead. 16 different options, but it only goes together one way. Natalie having a little trouble with this puzzle. Amanda thinks she has it, and she does. Amanda wins immunity. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm in the final 3. I can't believe it. I'm really I'm ecstatic, and this is like twice in a row. And this time I've played my game so different, and I feel so much better about it.
Wow, just like in China, Amanda, late game boss at challenges. Natalie knows she's a goner though. Parvati then talks to Amanda and says, we can beat Suri at Final Tribal, no problem. And Amanda's like, I don't know about that. You would think after Amanda saw Todd decimate her last season that she wouldn't want to take a chance on someone like Suri, who has been expertly manipulating people, and Amanda has witnessed this. At Tribal Council, Jeff asked them, what if there's a final 2? And Amanda says, there better not be, no way. Keep in mind, it's day 37, so there's likely to be a tribal on day 38. That's just how it's always gone. And Suri says, if there is a final 2, I would be worried because I'm clearly on the bottom of these 3.
It is nerve-wracking to think it could be a final 2, because that makes me feel like, once again, I'm on the bottom of the alliance.
When did you ever think you were on the bottom?
Always.
Honestly, always.
Between us 3, it's obvious because not one person in any alliance has ever said, I won't vote for Sari. You have said I won't vote for certain people. She has said I won't vote for you. So that clearly places me at the bottom of the alliance.
I'm just wondering.
And I'm explaining how I feel that way. I would be foolish not to think that.
Yeah, Sari is right. Why is it back-to-back seasons in the Final Four, and heck, we saw this a bit earlier, Amanda takes great offense to something someone says right in front of the jury? Sari is right, so either own it or don't overreact to it. Either way, Natalie's voted off 3-1.
Natalie, the tribe has spoken.
Slap me if you have seen this before, but back at camp, Amanda fights with Sari over making her look like a fool in front of the jury.
So what was all that at tribal council?
What am I doing?
That's
like that?
Just be real.
How is it both? That's not game, that's real facts. That's exactly what this is. If you were me, what would you feel? I mean, be me for a minute. Have any one of you ever said, I can't vote Sari out?
How do you know?
Yes or no? I'm asking you.
How do you know?
Have I talked to you about Final Two?
I'm
you're
trying
hearing
to
that.
understand, but I can't understand you when you're screaming at me. I understand.
I can't explain it anymore. I don't know how else to say it.
Wow, and this is deja vu for Sari as well, who fought with Terry Dietz in the Final Four of her season. But focusing on Amanda, yeah, she has a huge problem with someone messing with her image. I don't know exactly how to describe it. I'm not like a psychologist, but this is Amanda's weakness. It's one of her biggest weaknesses in the game. However, they do hug and apologize, and Amanda says, yeah, I'm being dumb. But then they get tree mail on day 38, and
Congratulations, Final Three! Today you will honor their memories before proceeding to your final immunity challenge. Get into your boat and head out to Exile Island. My heart just dropped.
It's like, when is it gonna end, you know? Like, there's only so much you can take, and then someone has to leave now, like after everything. I am so tight with these girls, like, this just sucks completely.
ooh, yeah. Something tells me only 2 people leaving early would have been fine. They probably had a couple double tribals planned in this season, and they still would have had a final 3. But when James went out, that was probably 1 too many. So it is time for the rites of passage. And when they reach Ozzy's torch, Amanda says, yeah, he's basically like the best guy ever.
I think he's the most well-rounded player ever in Survivor.
And you like it.
So it is now the final immunity challenge. Everything comes down to this.
This challenge is officially on. The slightest lapse in concentration, and you will be out of this challenge. Parvati drops her ball. Parvati's the first person out of this challenge. We're now down to Sari and Amanda. This is the final round of this challenge. Sari loses her concentration. Amanda wins final immunity and is guaranteed a spot at the final tribal council.
This is the closest thing we have seen in the first 16 seasons of Survivor to an operating room challenge. All you have to do is have steady hands. Amanda outwitted the challenge though, I gotta give her credit, because going from underneath to over to underneath, she was working different muscles. So I'm guessing she didn't get worn down the same way Sari did when Sari just kept doing it the same way every single time. Back at camp, Sari tries convincing Amanda that taking her to the final 2 would be better than taking Parvati. Yeah, no. So tribal council, it's time to vote, and
time to vote. Amanda, you're up. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. 15th person voted out, and the 8th and final member of our jury. Sari. Sari, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
that was the right move. Sari would not botch a final tribal council, but it really hurts to think that if Amanda had been truly devious and known that there was a final 2 coming, that sitting next to Natalie would all but guarantee her the win, no questions asked. But you have to play with the cards you're dealt with though. No one knew this was gonna be a final 2. On day 39, they finally get that breakfast they anticipated.
In the past 6 months, I've been living in the jungle for 78 days, you know? So I don't think there's much in my life that I can't handle after 2 survivors in a row. I think it's interesting that me and Parvati are in the end of this game together because we have played completely different games. I think I have played this game loyal to my alliances, and Parvati pretty much did anything she needed to do to take control. I think people will give me their votes because I was loyal to every alliance that I've made. Yeah, the jury makes the decision, but ultimately it's me and Parvati convincing the jury what to do. Tonight we're going toe to toe, and one person's going to win $1 million and the other person is going to walk away with nothing. And may the best woman win.
Welcome to your final tribal council.
It is time. Final tribal council. Let's keep this simple. Can Amanda not blow it, unlike in China? I sure hope so. Both women get to address the jury, and in Amanda's opening speech, she begins by blowing it.
I came into this game, wanting to do two things. I wanted to play a loyal game, and I wanted to fight physically, strategically, and mentally to the end. And, I'm really proud of how I played, and I know I wouldn't be sitting here without, help from all of you. So, thanks.
She basically says nothing. She didn't own her game, and Parvati is clearly ready. She has learned. So here we go again. This is just like the Bills going to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row and botching it time after time. Like, come on, get your act together. Eliza is the first juror, and she doesn't ask any questions. She actually compliments Amanda's game, but then says, Amanda, your personality makes me want to kill myself. Well then, Jason is second, and while he gives Parvati a chance to explain her game, for Amanda, he just asks, hey, if you knew Ozzy was going to be voted off, would you have told him? And Amanda says, of course I would have told him. And that's all Jason gives her, which makes me wonder, what was the point of that? Is there more to this than that we haven't seen? It seems like a random question, but okay. Alexis is the third juror, and she asked Amanda,
I have seen a bunch of Oscar award-winning performances, and we couldn't help but be laughing when you were crying about sending Suri home. What about if any part of your game has been genuine?
I haven't been faking anything that I've done at Tribal. The tears, I've only cried the last Tribal Council, and that was genuine. That was the hardest decision I've ever had to make. I didn't come here trying to get sympathy votes. I don't want sympathy votes.
I think these 3 jurors in a row say a lot about the perception of Amanda, though I agree that I don't think she was faking any emotions, because we saw her bad acting after that fake idol, and the two were not the same. Natalie is next, and she weirdly compares Survivor with Parvati's sex life. That's for Parvati's video. But more importantly, she asked Amanda,
clearly you're a beautiful woman. Unfortunately, you always had a glazed over look on your face. Was that your strategy, to kind of play the zombied pretty girl, not really knowing what's going on, pageant queen cliche? Or is this who you are as a person?
No, it's neither. It was neither my strategy, nor do I think that's who I am as a person. I'm a strong woman. I definitely have substance. Sometimes I'm a little reserved, and I don't want anything given to me. I came in here to earn everything.
I gotta say, of these first 4 jurors now, none seem to be pro Amanda, and to win this game, Amanda needs 5 votes to win. There are 8 jurors, so I guess you could have a 4-4 tie, and I don't know what the tiebreaker is, but Amanda needs 5 jurors to win. Eric is the 5th juror, and he says, yeah, 4 or 5 days ago, I would have voted for Amanda to win, but now, no way.
I really respected you, Amanda, and I really thought of you kind of as a big sister. I felt totally burned, totally thrown under the bus at the past 2 tribal councils that I was there. You pretty much ripped me apart. I mean, on what basis did you have to just judge me in front of everybody, in front of this jury?
Okay.
I just want to know that. I really want to know that.
Everything I said in tribal council was honest. You were unloyal to me, and you tried to get me voted out, and I was hurt. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but...
Too late for I'm sorry. I've heard you said that directly to me at one of the tribal councils. Too little, too late. You said that directly to me. And now you're going to say I'm sorry to me. I really don't buy that at all.
Okay.
Believe it or not, though, despite that terrible exchange, he does vote for her. Eric is a vote for Amanda after all she did to him. Color me surprised. James is the next juror, and he says, obviously, I'm voting for Amanda. Nice. Suri is 7th. She says, Amanda.
Being that you had the decision to make, why Parvati deserves $1 million more than I do.
Parvati played a very aggressive, bold game. I respect that about her.
So in saying that, are you saying you don't respect my game?
No, I respect your game as well. I think Parvati made bolder decisions in this game
than I did.
Yes.
Parvati, I would like you to tell the jury why I should be sitting in your seat and you be over here in the jury.
I think you played a pretty brilliant game. I can't compete with a mother of 3. You have kids, you have a family. I don't have that. Is that good enough? No?
I'll ponder over here.
Just absolutely terrible. Parvati got the memo. Something clicked with her between Cook Islands and now, whereas Amanda has not learned anything since her last final tribal. You don't diss the juror you want to vote from. If anything, diss the person you're sitting next to. They can't vote. Parvati cannot give you a vote to win. But for the last juror, it's Ozzy, the lovebird.
Amanda, when I told you on the beach at one point when you asked me if I was playing you or not, I told you honestly that I'm not faking it. I'm not faking my feelings for you or anything. Really, I'm having feelings that I've never really felt before and have never... I honestly feel like I started to fall in love with you. I don't know, you're just an amazing girl and I really want everybody to know that. And I'm glad I didn't win Cook Island so that I could be here and have met you.
Thank you.
I hope to God that you win. You deserve it 1,000,000 times more than Parvati. And love you.
Before we see who won it all, we actually do have footage from Ponderosa after Amanda is done playing. And I would say Ozzy's tribal speech may have helped their relationship that night.
When we finished, the girls were out here, and you know, Amanda walked in, and it was just like we just hugged and kissed, and it was just sort of electric.
It was cute at first, but it got kind of nauseating. And then it was like, wow, what the hell? There's just too much ambiance, too much romance for James at that time.
You know, we've got a lot of time to get to know each other in like our normal lives and everyday lives, and I'm really excited and looking forward to that.
Ozzy caught me completely off guard at Tribal last night. I wasn't expecting him to tell me that he was falling in love with me. It was really nice to hear because I have genuine feelings for Ozzy. So the fact that I know he feels the same way about me is really nice.
I guess the Lust Fest continues. Yes, I was waiting that long to do the pun. So we cut to the live reunion months later with Amanda now having seen all of China and Micronesia and knowing full and well this has got to go better than last time. Jeff reads the votes and...
Parvati. Parvati. 2 votes, Parvati. Amanda. Amanda. We're tied. Parvati. Parvati. We're tied again. The winner of Survivor Fans versus Favorites. Parvati.
Amanda blew it again. I mean, that seemed clear based on Final Tribal, but she was only 2 votes from winning it all and 1 vote from tying. I think she could have won over Sari or Eliza, but let's cut to the reunion, where Jeff asks Ozzy and Amanda about their relationship all these months later.
Ozzy, what's going on with this love affair? Is it still on?
Well, I mean, Jeff, you know how these Survivor girls are. And since then, it's been kind of tough because I've lost my job waiting tables. I'm too popular, so I got to clean the toilets now, and I can't provide for like a can out on the islands. So it's just
Amanda, clear this up for me. Are you guys still together?
Yeah, we're still together.
Yeah. All right.
Hold up, what was Ozzy saying? I know Amanda laughed and said they're still together, but I don't think that's what Ozzy was saying at all. So here's what I gathered about their relationship post Micronesia. Please take this all with a grain of salt, as it may or may not be true. At this point, it's just rumors and speculation. So supposedly after Micronesia finished filming, Ozzy may have begun dating Lindsay Lohan, the actress, as seen in these photos here. I am not super clear if this was before or after the reunion, but it appears Chet may have introduced them. Thanks, chat. Then in some later interviews, Ozzy has said, keep in mind, Ozzy is a very emotional person, so is this all true? I don't know. That him and Amanda broke up after Micronesia, that I believe, before he played on South Pacific, and she apparently told him that his blindside in Micronesia was her idea. That I highly doubt. Amanda, not a good actor, but I wouldn't doubt that she may have known he was going to be voted off that night, hence the Jason question. Either way, Amanda and Ozzy are no longer together, as Ozzy does play Survivor 2 more times, Amanda plays Survivor 1 more time, and heck, she's now married with a kid and Ozzy is very much single. So what do you think about Ozzy and Amanda? Comment below and let me know. Thank you for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. See you all next time.